Guys, Evan here. I'm down at the dungeon again. Today I'm going to be doing some work on a couple of the pieces of furniture that we got from the Restore Habitat for Humanity. It's like a furniture, I guess you call it a thrift shop. So they're upside down on top of each other, but these are the end tables, or I should say bedside tables that we got. And I'm going to completely whitewash them and then distress them. So I'll kind of take you through the process of what I'm doing. I'm using Rust-Oleum chalked. It gives you kind of like a more of a rustic, aged kind of look. It's a flat finish, and you can polyurethane it to whatever kind of finish you want to have afterwards. But this is the stuff we're putting on, and then we're going to distress it off as well. There are some repairs that need to be done. A couple of the pieces inside are a little bit loose, so that's no problem. I'm going to go ahead and tighten everything up and make the desired repairs or the needed repairs that need to be done. It just needs to be snugged up a little bit, and that's just about it. They're in good condition. Alright, so first thing I'm doing is I've removed the hardware from the drawers. Because these are smaller pieces, I'm going to do them both at the same time. So there's your two pieces of hardware. I just removed them from there. I'm going to put them aside. As I do, I'm going to mark these drawers so I know top and bottom and which one it came out of, because the drawers are actually a little bit smaller than one another, and I just don't want to get them mixed up and have issues with kind of fitting them back in. So there's the markings. This is one bottom, this is one top, and what I'll do is I will mark the corresponding nightstand to make sure I know which one 1 and which one 2 is. And I'm going to do the same thing here, and I'm just going to mark it in a spot where I'm not going to be painting. So this is number 1. So I'm going to remove both pieces of hardware from each one of these. Loosen it up a little bit. It's hard to do it one-handed. I should get my tripod set up here. There we go. Pops out. I will put the nuts back onto the threaded screws, and they'll go off to the side. Okay, now for more of the preparation part. With this type of finish, it really does not need to be sanded down, but I'm going to just give it a rough sanding just to make sure I took any kind of glazing or wax, maybe any kind of polyurethane layer that's off of the top to make sure that the chalk paint properly adheres to it. It's very fast drying paint, so we'll be able to do maybe 2 or 3 coats before the end of the day, and then it should be finished up by then. I think it dries within 2 to 4 hours. So I'm going to lightly sand the top just to kind of take a little bit off, but I'm not really worried about going down any kind of finish because it's all going to be covered up, and the paint will adhere properly anyway. Okay, so now as I was sanding, I noticed that there is a loose drawer track in the back here. It looks like a piece had broken off on the one side, and it's swinging back and forth. So we're going to go ahead and repair that before we go any further. And to do that, we're going to take the back off, and we're going to drive just a small furniture screw into the bottom, and then secure that up nicely. Alright, so there's the piece for the drawer track that we fixed. It just got one small furniture screw into it, and now we are ready to tie up the prep work and start to paint. This stuff goes on really thick and dries pretty quickly, so you almost have to just get on like a nice light coat and then go back over with a second. Because otherwise it seems like it dries way too quick for you to keep up with one coat. Alright, so I have all of the painting done. I completed about 2 coats of the chalk paint from Rust-Oleum onto there. I will say this, the paint lays on very thick, so you're going to have to work kind of quickly because it dries quickly as well. I did put 2 coats because I do want to do the distressing afterwards with the sanding. So there's the finished product. As you can see, it has that chalky look. I left a little bit of spots here so it just looks like it's, you know, aged or worn. And I did the same thing with the drawers as well. So once they're all dry and everything's done, I'm going to do the distressing part of it, and then we will keep you updated. Alright, so the sofa side tables are done now. What I did was replace just the hardware that we had from before. Once the chalk paint was dry with the 2 coats, I lightly sanded around the edges to make that distressed look, and a couple spots in here. The key to doing the distressing is there's kind of a happy medium. You don't want too much, but you don't want too little. If you have too little, to me it just seems like it's obvious that you did it yourself. If you put too much on there, you kind of lose the quality of paint job that you did before, and instead of it looking like a nice weathered or worn piece of equipment, or excuse me, worn piece of furniture, it just seems to look more like it's damaged and kind of fell off the back of a truck, if you will. So as you can see, I just did a couple little spots here, and then around the edges of the doors, a little bit on the edge here, and then kind of down the legs. I wanted to kind of make it almost not symmetrical, because the reality of it is, in the real world, when things get worn, they're not 100% symmetrical when it comes to this kind of stuff. So you can see both of them are a little bit different in ways, but they're also a little bit similar as far as where we did the distressing. So all in all, I think everything turned out great. It is the look that we wanted for our bedroom, and the chalk paint that we got from Home Depot was probably the best I could have gotten, and I would definitely use it again. Again, it lays on really thick, so you just have to make sure that you are working with it a little bit quicker because it does dry pretty quickly. So I hope you guys like the chalk paint end tables. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments box below, and hit me with a like if you liked our video. Thanks for watching.